Hey guys, today is my first time to do the live, and I'm going to write the characters from HSK1. Most of the characters are from the HSK standard course, book 1, but not necessarily matching the sequence in the word list. Later, I will post the PDF of this working sheet in the post of this live thing, and I hope that you can enjoy it. First are the numbers from 1 to 10. The first one, 一 The important thing is don't write it totally horizontal. This will be ugly. So a little bit climbing, but don't write it like this. Just slightly climbing is a trend. Slightly goes to upper right. Yeah. So these ones are better, and these ones are wrong, and this one is just ugly. 2, the same. Slightly climbing up, and the first stroke is shorter, but don't write it too shorter. Don't write it in a wrong direction, and don't be too plain, too horizontal. So those are better, those are wrong, this is ugly. And number 3, 3, similar. Pay attention to the differences of each stroke. Which one is the shortest, the one in the middle, and which one is the longest, and also the sequence 1, 2, 3. Don't do it too horizontal. Okay. And 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 strokes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You write it, these two parts, like holding back a bit, like hugging it closer, instead of writing it like this, or too vertical. Just hold it closer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still ugly. Better. And 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. This stroke is one stroke. It's one stroke. Don't write it this way. Ugly ones, better. This one in the middle is a point, so don't write it like this. Also, the distance between the two strokes here don't go too far, don't go too close, just place them with a certain distance from each other. Better ones, wrong ones, wrong, and wrong. The others are just ugly. Okay, 7 1 2 1 2. So this one is also slightly climbing up instead of goes directly to the right. So this would be not pretty good. Climbing up, then the second stroke. But don't be exaggerated like that. Slightly climbing up, then second stroke. So and 8 8 2 stroke. Not good looking, but still okay. If you keep them too close, that will be a problem, because it looks like so close to the rule. But too far away, still a problem. Looks like two separate characters. So keep them in a structure. Better ones, ugly ones, wrong ones. And 9. Vertical to the left, 撇. And then the second stroke. Starting from vertical, then go to left. So don't write it like that directly. And don't write it like that directly. Starting from vertical trend and then goes to the left. Better ones, ugly ones, and wrong. 10 10 Slightly goes up, then vertical. Slightly goes up, vertical. Don't make it too horizontal and then too vertical. Slightly goes up, then vertical. And don't make it too even. Better ones, ugly ones. Okay, that's 6 7 8 9 10. And next one is 口. 口 is mouth. So many characters containing the ko has something to do with mouth. 吃 to eat, 喝 to drink, 唱 to sing, and 骂 to swear. Also, write it in a way that it feels like they are hugging close. Like the trend is going this way instead of like that. 1、2、3 better ones, wrong ones. Don't make it too like a square. That will be a little bit awkward. Not looks like a character, but like a square. 岁 most frequently used as years old, like 我今年30岁 我今年30岁 meaning I'm 30 years old. 岁 1、2、3、4、5、6 1、2、3、4、5、6 OK. 家 is a home, family, mostly used meaning. Like 我家 my family. 1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10 So it's a house, then you have a pig. 1、2、3、4、5、6、7 So pay attention to this stroke. This stroke is not three similar stroke, but this one is the spirit. They are all ugly. And 女人 a woman. 女孩 a girl. 1、2、3 1、2、3 1、2、3 The simpler the character is, the more difficult to write. the son, the child. So 女儿 together is the daughter. 女儿 daughter. This character also, you start from a vertical trend and then goes to the left instead of directly going to the left. The second stroke also, you start from a vertical trend and then turning. Don't make it too far away and don't make it too close. Better. Okay, 今天 today, 今年 this year. 今 1 2 3 4. There's no extra things here. If you write it this way, it's another character, 令. So pay attention to the ending. There's no further things here for 今. Handwriting is different from printing. They are beautiful. And 年 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6. But for so many years, I'm writing it wrong. Like I'm writing it in this way. But the correct way is writing this stroke first, this later. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Well, now I'm changing the writing order. It's awkward and difficult for me to write it correctly or beautifully. Like this is my way of writing. My way, but a wrong way. 1 2 3 4 5 6. This is correct. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay. 今年 好 很好 very good 好 good 好人 good person. And a joke, like when you express yourself to your crush and your crush says 你是一个好人 you are a good person. In China, that sounds a no, and it means a no. 好人. And when your crush says 你是一个好人, so you're literally issued with a 好人 card, 好人卡, good person card, meaning a no. So if you're saying 我收到了一张好人卡, I have received a good person card, meaning I received a no from my crush. Left part is the 女, right part is the 子. So when 女 was written alone, this part comes out, but when you are writing it as part of another character, this part holds back and ends here. 好 All of them are ugly. And May. The left part is water. The right part is like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pay attention, there's no hook. 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If you write it like that, here, then it's wrong. 关 to close, 关门 to close the door. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pay attention to those crossing points. Crossing point, not here. Crossing point, not here. Xi 没关系 doesn't matter. This xi link 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So pay attention to the crossing point. It's not like that. There's a, when you are not connecting those two strokes, then it's not that right. Okay. 年 is put you on my heart. It's a respectful form for you. It's like in German, the Z. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the structure of the character, when you are writing ni alone, the ni has to be full for space. But if you're writing the ni as part of the character, so it goes smaller and make more room for the lower part, the heart. The ni. 你们 the plural for you. 你 is the singular for you. 你好，你好，你叫什么名字？你叫什么名字？And 你们 is plural for you. Person standing here, and then the door. Person standing here, then the door. And pay attention to the door. It's not like that. It's not like that. It's like this. And it's not like that as well. 对，对不起，对不起。Together is sorry. I'm sorry. 对不起。But 对 alone is correct. Right is correct. And when you're sitting on a subway in Shanghai, for example, or in Beijing, when you're hearing people talking on the phone, you might be hearing a lot 对对对对对对 It's this 对对对 repeatedly spoken, meaning correct, correct, yeah, yeah. Yep. 1、2、3、4、5。1、2、3、4、5。不。Also pay attention to the crossing point. It's not like that. Not like that. It's not like that. Crossing point in the center. In the center. In the center. Also, this stroke goes slightly upward. Don't make it too horizontal. Otherwise, it will look awkward. And 起。1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10。Sorry. So make sure the 走 to walk, this part is the 走, is large enough to surround half side of this character. So if you write a 走 here and 几 here, it's not large enough. Make it large enough. And make them close to each other instead of like that. So 对不起 sorry 对不起 and the response to 对不起 would be 没关系没here 没关系没关系 It doesn't matter 没关系 Here 谢谢谢谢 I saw some of you are writing 谢谢 all the time, but actually the spelling is 谢谢 is the front part of your tongue, very close to the upper part of the mouth. 谢谢 1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、11、12。谢谢 This is the correct way to write it. It's like this stroke goes in this direction, but my way, my own way of writing is in this direction, which is wrong, but I have been writing it like this for so many years. But if you are learning it, please do it in the correct way. 1、2 like that. 谢谢 is thanks. 谢谢你 is thank you. 谢谢您 is thank you to someone, stranger, and in a respectful way. Thank you. And the response can be 不客气 不客气 Earlier I talked about the pronunciation of 不 Original pronunciation is 不 but before the fourth tone, the 不 plus first tone, second tone, third tone would be original 不 sound. But when 不 together with a fourth tone, then it's 不. So here would be 不客气 不客气 We have written the 不 earlier. 客 1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9 Ugly though. 气 Pay attention to the qi. Don't go goes like that. That's too much. Just vertically lower and then make it curve, then hook. Yeah, 不客气 as a whole, 不客气 is a response to 谢谢. 客 is like a guest. 客气 is like behaves like a guest, meaning over polite. 不客气 or 别客气 is like don't behave like a guest, meaning like make yourself at home, or like please feel free to enjoy this. And then as a whole phrase is a response to 谢谢. "再见", goodbye in Chinese, but nowadays Chinese people are saying bye bye a lot. So bye bye, bye bye. But Chinese second language learners are using 再见 much more than the native speakers. So if you are in China, you can just say bye bye in English, so people will understand you. You don't have to say 再见 in such a serious way. But how to write 再见? 再见 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Make it slim. Don't make it too wide. Don't make it too skinny. Later I will post this PDF document in this live video post, so that you can download the PDF and print it out and start over watching this video and start over, write together with me. "见", also make it slim. Don't be too wide. Don't be too skinny. Just slim, and pay attention to the crossing point. It's still in the center, so don't write it in this way, not in the center. Don't make them separated. Make them connected, and also connected in the center. Connected in the center. "名", 名字 name, 名字 Chinese people's name. Nowadays they are just random, but traditionally we have 姓, the family name, 名, the given name, and also a 字. 字 is a name used among friends. Like in daily life, people don't call the 名 directly, like traditionally. They just call the 字. But nowadays, we just have a family name, and 名字 as a whole is a given name. And also the format of a Chinese people's name may be 2 or 3 characters. If there are 3 characters, like my own name, you will have a family name which goes the first, and then generation mark, meaning all the cousins who shares the same grandpa have the same character here. And then the third character is the actual given name in that family. So my third character is Kai. That's why I ask people to call me Kai. Because this is a generation mark, it's not important. This is the family mark, family name. Is everyone in the family has the same one, so only the Kai is special for me. Ming, and 字汉字 Chinese characters 汉字老 old aged 老人 is elderly people. Okay, 老人 elderly people is a neutral term, but if you say 老男人 the old man, then it sounds a little bit aggressive, offensive. 老女人 will be worse, much worse. So don't if you mean to say there's an old lady, don't say 老女人. If you say there's a grandpa, elderly, old man, don't say 老男人. You just say a 老人 or 老妇. For women, don't say 老女人 or 老男人. But if you are swearing people or making fun of your friends, if you get a little bit middle-aged, then you are making fun of each other, and then you say, oh, 你这个老男人, you old man. Or you can make jokes of your wife, husband. 你这个老男人, you old man, or 你这个老女人. But for strangers, for other people, don't use the 老男人 or 老女人, 老人. And also, 老 is to also means experienced. That's why we have 老师. And sometimes you hear people say 老 plus the surname. For example, surname is 张, then you say 老张. That's to address him as like Mr. Zhang, but more like experienced. For example, a co-worker who has been there for decades, then is like close to his retirement. Then you say 老张, 老李, 老王. Is the 老 plus the surname to address a person who is more than middle-aged. This 老 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This stroke you can make it natural or more natural. And also the location of things, don't make it this way. Put this part also in the center, like this thing. It's in a center, in a central line. But don't write it in one stroke. Don't write it this way. Don't write it this way. This is not one stroke, but separated 2 strokes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They are wrong. Okay. For this page. 老师 So 老 is here, and then 师 is here. Vertical, vertical to the left. Horizontal, vertical, horizontal, turning, hook, then vertical. 竖，竖撇，横，竖，横折钩，竖。So don't write it like that. Don't write it like that. Don't forget the hook here. Lao Shi is the teacher, but Shi alone or as a postfix can also be a professional master. For example, 面包师. 面包 is the bread, 面包师 then is the baker. 摄影师, 摄影 is the taking photos, photography. 摄影, 摄影师 will be the photographer. The 师 can be a professional or master of something. 学, to learn, to study. And the science is not frequently used, but if you're learning something, ology, those words is probably 学. Biology would be 生物学. Physics 物理学. Chemistry 化学, those 学. Or social science 社会科学. But not that frequently used. In daily life we use the 学 or for HSK1 the 学 is to learn or to study. Or school, to go to school, 上学 to go to school. Okay, 学 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8生生日 the birthday. 生 can also be sir. So in southern part of China, in Canton, Guangdong province, or in Hong Kong, they call you surname plus 生. For example, 陈生. 陈生 meaning Chen sir, Mr. Chen. It's like used among strangers. Like they know your surname is Chen, but they are not your friends, so they call you Chen Sheng. So in southern part of China. But here 学生 together is student. It's like a sir who is studying. 学生 1 2 3 4 5 I shouldn't have let it go across here. 1 2 3 4 5 人 left right, left right. when it is used as a radical, vertically it is like that for 你他 and sometimes it's like that. Ren. So make sure that here is a connecting point. Don't write it like that. And don't write it like that. And when you write it like this, it's another character. So only this way is correct. This one is 入 Ma is the yes/no question particle. 1 2 3 1 2 3你是美国人吗？你是德国人吗？你是泰国人吗？你是日本人吗？ The yes/no question mark. Okay. 李月 here in HSK standard course is a name, a person's name. But Li is also one of the most common surname in China. We have 4 big, large surnames in China as Zhang, Wang, and Li, and Liu. I think these 4. Li. Li is also a kind of tree, a fruit. So that's why here is the 木, the wood, the tree here. Weirdly, they are all ugly. Yue is the moon. Here is as the given name of that person, Li Yue. Yue is the moon or the month. 几月几号几月几号 is a HSK1 grammar point, language point, is asking about the date. 今天 today, 今天几月几号 today, which date is it today? 今天几月几号 月 Because the month is a period of the moon, so going and running, flying around the earth, so they are the same character, 月. Don't make it too wide. Don't make it too thin. And you don't have to making this 2-stroke connecting two sides of this character. Even though in some print font, they made they might be looking like this, but handwriting, you'd better leave some space here. Handwriting. But not a big problem, meaning you don't have to. This looks better. And then 中国美国中国美国中国 is China, 美国 is US. 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 So also these two parts making it feels like it's holding close to the center, instead of writing it like that. 1 2 3 4 国 This structure, like there's a circle outside. We write the little house first, and then write the content inside, and then close the door. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 Ugly though. Mei, the upper part, meaning the sheep. Lower part meaning big. If the sheep is big, then it's beautiful. Mei. But when you're writing the sheep alone, it's like that. 1 2 3 4 5 6 So don't write it like this in one stroke. That's too much. Not one stroke here. It's two part. You can stay close here, but don't make it one stroke. Okay. We wrote the 国 earlier. So for some countries, you have the 国 at the end. 中国, 美国, 英国. And then the person, the people, the citizen from that country is 国人, 中国人, 美国人, 德国人, 英国人. But for some countries, we don't have the 国 at the end. For example, 日本, we say 日本人. Then there's no 国. Maybe in Japanese they say 日本国, blah blah, 日本国人. But in Chinese, when the country's name doesn't have a 国 there, then we just use the 人 after the country to address the citizen of that country. And here 什么? 什么 is what? only 4 strokes. 3 strokes for ma. So don't write them too close to each other. Don't write it too plain. No matter how simple a character is, you have to make it as full as possible to that space. Even when there's no such squares, you still make the character large enough so don't write them like this. Boring writing. Okay, 我叫 my name is I am called 我叫 is to introduce yourself about your name. 我1 2 3 4 same stroke, go across it. 5 6 7. So don't write it this way. Don't make it broken here. It's 1 stroke. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So hungry, 我饿了. He is a bird. 鹅 is the goose. 我 is I, me, myself. 叫 1 2 3 4 5. So have something to do with the mouth. No matter it's a cry, shout, call, greet, it's all have something to do with the mouth. But to greet, this meaning is seldom used. For example, when you have relatives visiting your family, then you call your little children and say, come here, 来叫叔叔 to call him uncle, or 叫阿姨 to call him auntie. So that to call, is actually to greet him. And 是 我叫 introduce your name. 我是 is to introduce your other identities. For example, 我是学生 and I am student. There's other identities. Yeah. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. I know that in other languages you may use I am, or in German ich bin, to introduce your name as well. But in Chinese it's kind of weird. But in some situation you still use 我是 to plus your name. For example, when you're waiting in a waiting room to do some business, or to, for example, to waiting for a doctor, then maybe your name is called 陈先生, Herr Chen, Mr. Chen, and then you say 我是陈先生, 我是 blah blah blah. Or when you're in the classroom, a lot of students are sitting in the classroom, the teacher are checking the name list and saying who is Alexander, then you will say 我是 Alexander, I am that Alexander. So it's not for introduce yourself, introducing your name, but more like a response to a question. So you say 我叫 to introduce your name, and you say 我是 to introduce your other identities. 我是学生, 我是中国人, 我是many things. 汉语, Han is the Han Chinese people. Han Chinese is also like this character is used for this ethnicity. Can be dated back to the Han Dynasty. Han Dynasty. 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 汉语 Chinese language. 汉字 Chinese characters. 汉语 is languages. 英语 English. 德语 Deutsch, German. 法语 French. 泰语 Thai. 日语 Japanese. So you plus a 语 to mean the language spoken in that country. This part, meaning to speak, also means the language. So many characters containing this part has something to do with speech or talking. For example, 说话, 讲话, 讲课 the class. 语告诉 the 诉 告诉 also to tell. 语 Guo again. But we have been writing Guo for twice, so skip here. Ugly. 同学 is a classmate, schoolmate. It's more like German. Mitschüler or Mitstudierende. It's like together studying people. Like the logic is more like German. 同学 meaning 一同学习的人. 一同 together studying people 同学 so they are classmates or schoolmates. Also, don't make it too skinny, don't make it too fat. 学1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Yeah, for the 子 part, it has 3 strokes, but many people write it in 2 stroke. Not correct, but convenient. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. This is the correct way. This is the convenient way. Classmate, schoolmate. 朋友 is friend. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 2 3 4. Not that difficult. Still have 2 pages. 的 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. But when we write it extremely fast, many people write it this way. Or it can be more extreme, but this is the original. 呢 1 2 3 4 6 7 8. So this stroke, the trend is to go to the left, not vertical. Then it will be wrong. And also, here is an independent part. So don't write it in this way. Don't make them too close or crossing each other. This 他 she or her. This stroke goes slightly up and then turning hook. So it's not vertical turning hook. Slightly up. Bit longer. The last page, yeah. 水 or 谁, both pronunciations are correct ones, so doesn't matter. 谁1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10。When you see this kind of thing, like many 横 and then a 竖 and then another 横, this 竖 and 横 is going to this way. It's like last but one and the last. So don't write it this way. Don't write it this way. But 1、2、3, then the 竖 and then the last 横。1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10。哪 is which. 哪儿 is where. Where is 哪儿 or 哪里 where 里 but if you use 哪 plus another thing, 哪个 which one, the 哪 then is which. 1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。So one of my friends told me that until recently, she has passed HSK4, but until recently, she just noticed that this part is not a moon. It's not a moon. A moon is like that. It's not a moon. So if you're learning the writings, please make sure you're writing it correctly from the beginning. 哪 他 a person standing here, also this goes slightly up, turning hook. Not totally horizontal, but slightly up. He or him, it doesn't matter. We use 他 all the time. If you mean they, then 他们 If they, meaning all of them are women, then 她们 use the women. If they, a lot of women plus one man, then it's 他们. If there is a man, then 他们. If there's no man, 他们. 大 big. Oh, ugly. 大. Also pay attention to the crossing point. This one is just too left, too low. Crossing point is like high enough, but not directly like that. Not directly here, but close enough. Good. Bad. Acceptable. 很多 Don't write it this way. It's a vertical structure. Vertical structure. Vertical structure. Don't write it this way. Okay. Many, much, 多. I'm tired as well. So that's the writing part for HSK1. Actually, you don't have to write all of the characters for HSK test for level 1 because you're not required to write for level 1 and 2. You can just recognize the characters together with the pinyin. But for HSK3 and above, the pinyin is going to be removed. So you have to recognize all of the characters on the test paper. And also you are required to be able to write many of the characters listed on HSK3. So that's why I'm starting writing all the characters for HSK1. It's like so that people can start as early as possible instead of getting into a rush when you are preparing for the HSK3. So have fun writing characters, even though like I can feel the atmosphere is kind of boring because writing is kind of slow, not that fun. Some of you may don't need to write characters because if you're not sitting in a paper-based test, you can use the computer to type the answers on the screen in the system, so you don't have to write. And in daily life, you don't have to write as well. Like mostly we are using the phones and computers to chat online. You just type the characters into the system. So writing is not compulsory for many of you, but sometimes it's soothing to write something. Okay. I'm going to post the PDF document for this video and hope you will have fun learning it. You have the writing orders here. And in this video, I just talked about all the points when you're key points when you're writing the characters. Hope it helps. See you. Bye bye. 再见.